It's the 2K Sports pregame show.
Hey, Ernie Johnson here, and I'm joined by Kenny the Jet Smith and Shaquille O'Neal. Welcome to the NBA on 2K Sports. And on tap tonight, it's the Sacramento Kings going up against the Denver Nuggets. Looking at Denver, they've gotten the job done in every way possible this season. They're sitting pretty with the best record in the league, East or West. And tonight we have two up-and-coming teams. Lots of talent, but also a lot of inexperience. Shaq, the youngsters looking forward to this battle. How do they keep their emotions in check?
Well, emotions can be positive, Ernie, if you play under control. Because if you get out of control and start doing crazy stuff, it just goes crazy. But both coaches will work hard to keep their players focused.
Gotta stop that.
Yeah, man. Well, it's fun to watch the future of the league. And I want to see which guy separates himself and says, I'm going to be a dominant player in this league. A dominant player. That's why I love this.
If you do that again, I'm going to have to put my fist down.
Does nothing, Ernie.
Oh.
Does nothing.
Here's Kevin Harlan.
K Sports welcomes you to the following presentation of the NBA.
Looking down upon the Tower Bridge spanning the Sacramento River here in the capital of California. Welcome everyone to this 2K Sports broadcast live from the capital city of California, Sacramento. This is Kevin Harlan along with Greg Anthony and Brent Beard. David Aldridge will be reporting from the sidelines. Looking at Sacramento, they want to turn it around after the loss to Phoenix.
And you know what? They were giving away points, missing at the line, a big factor in the outcome.
I'm just wondering if this home crowd and the energy worked against them in this one. They might have gotten in their heads just a little bit.
And with tip-off coming up, we've got just enough time to hear from our good friend David Aldridge on the sideline. D.A., take it away.
Well, guys, Sacramento Kings coach Dave Yeager started out coaching in the minor leagues. And every year he'd attend NBA training camps, but especially ones with teams that had big roster turnover. He said a coach who's had his team together calls out a drill, and everybody does it. But to watch those guys teach and put it all together, that was where you really learned. Kevin?
Thanks, David, and it's clear that Coach Yeager is a details guy, an impressive young coach. And Brent, with the grind of the season really upon us, we're about halfway through. Is this the point where the bench helps a team be better, be a bigger factor in going forward from this point?
Yeah, there's no doubt about that, Kevin. It's a great point that the depth of your team at this point in the year is something where coaches who feel confident about being a contending team, that they know they can rely on these guys to come in and bring the juice every night competitively.
Now let's take a look at Denver's opening lineup. Down low, it's Millsap and Jokic. Victor Oladipo is out there with Murray, and it's George in at the 3-set. Bogdanovich, no luck. On defense, the Kings. Murray with it. Pass to Jokic. And George kicks to Murray. Just 4 to shoot. Denver needs to get off a shot. Good work there as it goes. Jokic has got the opening basket of the game for Denver.
Respect the touch of Jokic on the inside. If he's good with the ball and soft hands as a passer, why not around the rim?
No one near Labissiere as he lets it go. That 3 off the mark. Here's Denver now. Their last game, a win against the Lakers, looking to carry it into this one.
And you know what? Up against a weak defense, they were allowed to do pretty much whatever they wanted.
You know, what I like, though, besides that, is that they just didn't settle for it, because weak defenses, you could take bad shots. That's not what they did here tonight.
Out to the right wing. Inside, Jokic with the steal. Here's Oladipo. And so he draws the foul on the shot. A trip to the line to shoot 2.
Aggressive Oladipo forcing the issue on the drive there.
Denver shooting their first free throws of the night.
2 shots.
The free throw drops for Oladipo.
2013, Victor Oladipo heard his name second in that draft. One of the best shooting guards in the league and getting better.
He doesn't get the second one. Denver on D. And guys, this is the first they're seeing of Sacramento.
And they usually came out on top when these two teams faced off last year. No surprise, they're the better team.
And so here's Denver. Good ball movement here by the Nuggets. And Jokic slams it in.
And that's what we mean by combo guard skills right there. Kept his head up and found the open man.
Here's Giles. Labissiere, the screen. And so he earns a trip to the line. Official saw the contact, and he'll shoot 2.
And you know what? You allow a guy to get right to the rim like that, that's your only option.
The Kings shooting their initial free throws of the game right here.
And they shot 81% from the line last season as a team. So you really can't find fault with what they're able to do there.
First free throw is good.
And I really love Fox's game. He's got a ton of room to grow, but boy, does he play with intensity.
Fox hits them both. The first quarter of action, 2 minutes in. Murray kicks to Oladipo. Here's Jokic, and Labissiere sends it back.
Have to be cautious when Labissiere is in the area. Those shot blocking skills are superb.
Here's the screen. Down low. And he misses the go-ahead basket.
Yeah, a bit of a tough start here at 1 for 4.
Dishes it to George. Millsap sets the pick for George. Millsap misses.
Yeah, I think the defense made an impact on that play, making the shooter feel a bit uncomfortable on release.
Fox dishes to Labissiere. Kicks to Snell. Shot clock at 5. And that's going to be a travel. This pause in the action gives us a chance to see the teams that have scored the most points off turnovers this month. The Nuggets number 1. The Kings in second.
Both of these teams are going to have to really take care of the basketball because they're both making a killing scoring off those turnovers.
Jokic with his screen on Fox. Here's Murray. Terrific design on the pick play, and he lays it in.
Well, if Murray gets his slashing game together like that, that's a good sign for his offense. Love how confident he is.
Here's Fox. Sacramento again missing.
Well, I like the shot selection. I don't like the shot result. Won't happen much.
And up the court come the Kings on the break. And count it, and a chance for one more at the free throw line.
That floater is a thing of beauty, effective when it's used the right way.
Hey, Brent, we know that speed is at a premium these days, but so are analytics. Talk about some of the guys who are both quick and extremely efficient.
I think about a couple guys at the point guard position because that's normally you say quick, that's where your head goes, Kevin. So Isaiah Thomas is one of those guys that is just a blur. Once he crosses half court, he's going to counterpunch you in some way. And then Steph Curry in Golden State, you have to come out to 30 feet to guard what Steph's going to do. But there are also guys who are deceptive with their quickness and the way that C.J. McCollum manipulates a pick-and-roll set and gets himself into the mid-range. Those guys are pretty good at what they do, exercising that quickness along with efficiency.
And first quarter, we're about 3.5 minutes in. Now Brogdon. Jokic with a screen on Paul. And that one's good, Brogdon.
That's a talented guy getting too easy a look. Might have been a miscommunication on that one.
Well, just the first quarter, everyone's still getting adjusted. That said, on defense, you have to bring help sooner.
Now here is Holiday. Makes it off the glass.
Well, nice work from Drew Holiday to get close, but it was his length that allowed him to get that shot over the D.
Outside, George. Jokic inside. Kufis is there. Jokic, no good.
You almost have to assume he's going to knock those down when he is that open.
And Bogdanovich kicks to Labissiere. Brogdon against Bogdanovich. Softly drops in the floater. Bogdanovich has got his third basket of the night right there.
And you can see he's got a little bounce in his step. 3 out of 4 to start.
George passes to Jokic. Now here's Brogdon, defended by Kufis. Outside, George. Passes it to Jokic. The shot by Brogdon, wide open. And it's out of bounds. The Nuggets able to retain possession here.
All right, a chance to see stats for Paul. How he did last season. 8th in steals, and his passing skills were on full display all year. He ranked among the top 15 in assists.
And like a thief in the night, he will pick your pocket clean. Top 10 in steals, as you said last year. Always a threat to cause a turnover. Beasley kicks to Jokic over Labissiere.
Seeing Labissiere show off his speed on these shooters just seem to tense up whenever he's in the area.
Paul dishes to Bogdanovich. He feeds it to Holiday. There's a good screen. To the inside. A nice shot by Kufis.
And really, it's been a major aspect of their offense in the early stages here. Their success working the ball inside and getting points from close range.
Now, here's Jokic, coming off a solid outing against the Lakers.
And this quarter, he has clearly been off the mark.
And Bogdanovich kicks to Holiday. Over Beasley, and the Kings check on 2 more.
Well, the defense was all over Holiday there, but shooting window was open.
And here is Brogdon. Loses his man off the screen and lays it up and in. Brogdon's got his second bucket of the night.
How about how he sets his man up there, runs him right into the screen, and then gets the basket.
And we reach the end of the first quarter. The Kings on top. They lead by 4. The second quarter coming up right after this break, so don't go anywhere. You talk to Chris Paul, and it's clear he was born to play the point guard position.
Fortunately, I've always been vertically challenged, so I've never had to play power forward or center on anybody's team. I've been passing and getting into the lane, dishing the ball off to a teammate, helping people score my entire career.
Vertically challenged, that's classic coming from Chris Paul. But, you know, seriously, Greg, he's taken that challenge and made the most of what he's got. A terrific player.
Really, and you know what? He's actually turned that challenge on his head when he goes right at much bigger players and uses their size against them.
And now the second quarter just getting set to start. And looking at what we've seen from Sacramento so far, guys, what do you think?
Through that first one, they've turned this thing into a track meet.
Love the pace they're playing with. Anytime you can get your offense going without the defense setting up, you've got a huge advantage.
And a chance here presented by Gatorade to see who's on the floor, all fueled up and ready to go for the start of the second quarter. On the court for Sacramento, Richardson is out there with Scal Labissiere. Then it's Holiday. Then it's Chris Paul. And it's Koufos in at the center position. Jones, the pass to Brogdon. And no good. And a chance to take the lead. And around a minute gone here in the second quarter. Kicks it out to Paul. From past the arc. Hits the three-point bomb. And the Kings lead by 5.
Well, second nature for Chris Paul to get shots up off the bounce. Love the form there.
And as he gets later and later in his career, it is clear that Chris Paul is one of the great point guards Brent ever to play.
Yeah, there's no question about it. Chris Paul could be the second greatest point guard ever to play in the NBA. Certainly has never dominated the way that Magic Johnson has, and most of that because of the height and not looking to score as much. But he's right there on that Stockton level, that Isaiah Thomas level. Appreciate the way he goes about his business.
Easily outside. There's the dish to Williams. Brogdon against Paul. The shot by Brogdon, no good.
And typically he has the touch to finish when he's in tight, but not sure on that possession.
Paul kicks to Koufos. The feed to Labissiere. Over Williams. That one misses. Now the Nuggets take it the other way. Next matchup, they'll be home against the Suns. That game is the first and last of their homestand. Now here's Richardson. D right on him. Tries again. That one also a miss for him, just like the other 3 attempts this game. The Nuggets trail by 7. Now here's Brogdon to the wing right side. Tito. Richardson covering. Williams dishes to Jones. And so he earns a trip to the line. Officials saw the contact and he'll shoot 2. You were known for a lot of stuff. Great passing was one of them. Also known as an exceptional shooter. Of all the guys you played with, who is the best at setting you up for a score?
Wow, I think my years playing alongside Gary Payton in Seattle, he drew so much attention, Kevin, with his ability in transition, of course, that patented spin move of his, and then his great ability as a 6'4" guard to post up, especially on that left block, drew a lot of double teams, and that opens up shooters on the weak side. That's where I happen to be.
All the great point guards see the floor so well. They know where everybody is, don't they, Brett?
And the best ones, Kevin, you're right. The best ones are the ones willing to pitch the ball ahead. That's when you really have something special.
Here's what Sacramento's going with right now. Giles checked in for Koufos. Tony Snell comes in for Drew Holiday. And it's Fox in for Paul. He hits the second from the line. 3 minutes of action so far in the second quarter. Pass to Giles. Richardson with the screen on Jones. To the middle. It's stolen by Oladipo. There's the pass to Murray. Back to Oladipo. The Nuggets making a switch here. Bell's checked in. Murray with it. Clock at 6. Bell passes to Cross. Off target with his 3. Richardson against Oladipo. Snell from outside. Nailed from three-point land.
How about the passing? They are moving the ball without any thought, without any individual agenda.
Cross passes to Millsap. The Nuggets moving the ball around. Here's Oladipo. Feeds to Millsap. Use that pick to get in close.
Smart play on the pick and roll, which opens up some room for the easy basket for Millsap.
Pass to Richardson. LaBissiere in the high post. Back to Richardson. LaBissiere, the screen. Snell, no good. The Nuggets trail by 7. Cross passes to Bell. Off to a good start as he hits his first shot attempt.
I mean, the number of points they've scored in the paint already here is eye-opening.
Timeout is called. First of the game for Sacramento.
Yeah, I mean, it's an opportunity to kind of regroup and discuss ways to maximize these possessions.
Yeah, and therein lies the trick, discussing ways to be aggressive but not committing turnovers.
Bogdanovich is checked in for Sacramento. And Denver with a change here too. George is checked in. Snell kicks to Bogdanovich. A three-pointer is right on target. Bogdanovich has got 10.
And when the D is this non-existent, it's pretty easy for shooters fishing with dynamite.
Here's Bell. He can't hit that time. And the Kings going the other way now. In the corner, Snell with it. Pass to Giles. There's 47 seconds left now here in the second. He dishes it to Fox. With some arc, he takes it up and lays it in. And now it's a 10-point Sacramento lead.
And Fox starting to show you his abilities inside. It has quick instincts, which I think helps.
That just happened.
And I got to say, sort of surprising he goes for a slam that difficult when they're trailing.
But still a magnificent move to the rim. LaBissiere, the screen. Shot clock and game clock separated by less than 6 seconds. Off the pick. And off the front iron, and in it goes. Fox has got the lead up to 10 now for Sacramento. Outside, George. Down low, Millsap dishes to Bell. That's good, and it's Millsap with the assist.
The kind of unselfishness from Paul Millsap is why teammates really respect his play.
And so that brings the first half to a close. Kings lead by 8. And a chance now to send it over to David Aldridge, standing by courtside. David.
Thank you, Kevin. Here with Coach Dave Yeager. Coach, what is going to be the focus offensively going into the second half?
Well, we try to go inside. That's our strength anyways. And for us, our bread is buttered inside, so we try to play high-low. And then if the threes come out of that, great, but we want to try to get everything to the rim.
Coach, it all starts with that entry pass to the big, and then everybody plays off of him. Thanks. Back to you, Kevin.
Okay, David, much appreciated. And now time for halftime, so we'll be back in just a bit to get the third quarter underway.
The 2K Sports Halftime Show.
And hello again. We have an exhilarated home crowd joining us for our halftime report. I'm Ernie Johnson alongside Kenny the Jet Smith and Shaq. A pretty close game for the Kings throughout the first quarter. The biggest lead they were able to get out to during the first period was 6 points. And guys, for the Kings, Shaq, how did you think the Kings were playing?
In simple truth, they just got hot. Didn't matter what the defense was doing, Ernie. They were definitely able to rise above it. Even the tough shots. Did you see that one shot? I don't know how they even went down. They can carry this over to the second half. It's going to be hard to beat them, boy. Woo-wee.
Kenny, what was your takeaway on Denver?
Well, I think their problem is rebounding, Ernie. When you're trying to come back in a game, every possession counts because each possession can turn into points, and you need to cut that deficit quickly.
And time now to send you back down to the floor with Kevin Harlan. We'll see you later.
A lot of action around, as always, the Capitol building tonight. We are in Sacramento, and we continue here on 2K Sports. The second half just about to get going here. Here's Murray. Taking a look at the Nuggets. Down low, it's Millsap and Jokic. Murray out there with Victor Oladipo, and it's George in at the 3. And with that shot, the Sacramento lead is cut down now to just 6 in the basket from Murray.
Jokic better and better at setting effective screens, utilizing his wide frame. That gives you a lot of space as a shooter.
Down low, here's Giles. Not going to go that time. Good defense by Jokic. On the wing, George. Millsap left side. Jokic on top. Millsap a screen. The drive by Jokic. And the whistle blows, so a chance here for a three-point play.
And that's 10 straight points in the paint. The defense, nowhere to be found.
And this is his first trip to the line tonight. Free throw, good. Jokic. Hey, Brent, it's been said before that champions have no off season. Thinking about that, what's your take on the balance between resting your body after a long year versus really pushing the strength and conditioning that could take you to another level the next year?
Well, I could throw it back at you, Kevin, and ask you about as you get older and your body changes, you have to do different things, right?
And more, yeah.
Right, so in your younger years, if you don't make the playoffs or you're in the playoffs, maybe to take 1 month off and get right back into the gym, your body's ready to do that and in tune. Take a player that's 10 years down the road, there's no reason for you to push your body. You can be a little more specialized and be a little more efficient in terms of what you do in the off season to get ready for what a training camp represents and then, of course, the upcoming season. They're playing with a huge bit of confidence and some fire here. They've recorded 3 in a row here, guys.
Fox passes to Snell. He kicks it to Bogdanovich. This is to Labissiere. Nails it from the high post. And the Kings lead by 3.
Well, they missed their first 3 shots, and after that maybe they'll get some air underneath their wings a little bit.
Millsap a screen. Murray kicks to Oladipo. Pass to Jokic. There's the steal. Millsap against Bogdanovich. Another 3 for Sacramento.
Guys, his consistency in terms of shooting has really helped them seize control.
It's Oladipo on the wing. Jokic inside. Over Giles. Jokic, no good.
A slight advantage for them in the rebound department, but that oftentimes is all it takes.
And it's sent back by George. Now Murray. Some nice ball movement by the Nuggets. And that one's good. Millsap.
They're finding lanes to the hoop now with consistency. 5 buckets in a row from the paint.
Here's Labissiere. Again, Sacramento.
And it's crucial that Labissiere knocks down that mid-range. Really opens up the floor for the rest of his team.
And here is Murray. Kicks to Millsap. Foul call that time on the way up. That'll give him 2 chances at the free throw line here.
Millsap gets the contact and marches his way confidently to the free throw line. Exact kind of leadership you would expect from him.
The Nuggets shooting their 6th and 7th free throw attempts tonight. That one falls for Paul Millsap.
Yeah, it's really incredible when you think about the evolution of Millsap's game. This is a guy who was a 2nd rounder that's turned himself into a perennial all-star.
Catching up on the changes for Sacramento. Malachi Richardson, he's checked in for Scal Labissiere. Holiday comes in for Bogdanovich. And Chris Paul subbed in for Fox. He hits one and misses one, each at the line. Kings leading now by 5. A shot by Paul, nobody around. Misses the 3.
Well, the defense better look up and say thanks. Leaving guys that wide open is not a recipe for success.
Screen by Jones, and it's Beasley in the corner. Shot clock at 6. Brogdon kicks to Jones. And they force the shot clock violation. Great D. And if you're wondering where the points are coming from here tonight, here's a breakdown in the scoring between the front court and back court tonight for Sacramento.
And it's been guard play, which really has shouldered the burden offensively here. They'd like a bit more production from the front court, but in the meantime, this backcourt has kept them in the game.
The Kings have gone a lackluster 3 of 9 from the field since halftime. Now here's Paul, the tray, and Drew Holiday. The bucket on the assist by Paul. 7 points for Drew Holiday.
As the ball swung to Holiday, he did not think twice, and he let it go. Once he caught it, pass, creating rhythm. Defense not anticipating that.
The shot by Brogdon, no good.
And you got to give him credit there. Great effort to contest that shot.
Well, I love the fact that they put the security system on their house, protecting the paint there.
Back to Richardson. He feeds it to Paul. The dish to Richardson. Floats one, and Jones sends it back. And the Nuggets pushing it up now. Throws down the breakaway jam.
How about battling through the impact there and then willing that basketball in?
For Denver, they have converted 4 of 7 free throws on the night. Williams, he's checked in for the Nuggets. On the free throw, no good. Sacramento leading by 6. Snell dishes to Paul. The feed to Holiday. Kicks it out to Richardson. Richardson missing again. Nuggets have gone 5 of 7 from the field in the third quarter. Let's see if they can keep it up. Washington, Richardson cover, and he makes the bucket, drew contact, and gets the whistle too.
What a play there, the hoop plus the harm.
The Nuggets have hit 4 of 8 from the free throw line so far. Folks, that's 50%. Not great work there.
And one of the highlights last year for this group was the fact that they were so efficient from the charity stripe. That's a huge factor.
And that one misses. Sacramento's gone into the three-point range 4 times since halftime and buried 2 of them.
And 2 for 1. That's what they'd like to get right now.
Working the clock is one element, but you also want to get as good a shot as you can.
Picked by Williams. Here's Washington. Loses his man off the screen and lays it up and in. 6 points for him.
Important points there. Got him on a nice play, getting the ball inside and right to the bucket.
Count that bucket.
And that solid play in the paint continues here, guys.
19 seconds left in the third quarter. Beasley outside. And the pass to Washington. And that's not going to go. And we've reached the end of the third. Kings ahead, leading by 4. Live from Golden One Center, you're watching 2K Sports.
Don't miss the action. Your favorite NBA superstars are here to compete in a showcase of the league's top talent. It's the NBA All-Star Game.
And now let's hear what head coach Dave Yeager was reviewing with his team.
Stay aggressive, keep them moving. Don't let them stand and get set up and steam up.
And that's Dave Yeager laying out the key points for his team over this next stretch.
Yeah, I mean, he really wants the ball and his guys to remain in constant motion. Keep the defense on defense.
We've got a great game on our hands as we welcome you back. The fourth quarter of action getting started. They've got Richardson. Tony Snell is out there with Giles. Then it's Holiday. And it's Paul in at the point. That's the 5 out there for the Kings. Outside, George. And George with the stuff.
And I just love the aggressiveness from George, just slicing apart the defense with that terrific ability to penetrate.
Kings leading now by 5. And Holiday kicks to Snell. Back to Holiday. Here's the screen. Beasley with the steal. And now here's George, the fast break opportunity. Wide open look here for Murray. The shot's good on the assist by George. 7 points for Jamal Murray.
And some deep range shown there by Murray. When the D leaves him alone from there, it's pretty much going in.
Feeds it to Richardson. Pass to Holiday. Paul left side. No good with the elbow jumper.
You can see how clued in the defense is to take away those mid-range shots and challenge. Solid at getting a hand up in the face of the scorers.
Denver passing it around. Beasley, the pass to Jokic. Over Giles. And it's off the back rim. No good.
Perfect defense. Contesting without fouling. Exactly what you want to do, especially deep into the paint.
And that lob came from a mile away, and it was right on the money.
Talk about a long-distance connection. Time call here. The Nuggets decide to talk it over.
Now, Chris Paul and leadership just go together. Always knows the situation on both ends of the floor, constantly communicating, and sets up and directs his teammates to try to make the most of their abilities in any situation where they can take advantage.
Here's what Sacramento's going with right now. Labissiere is checked in for Richardson. Bogdanovich comes in for Drew Holiday. And it's Fox in for Paul. And on our sideline, our reporter, David Aldridge.
Thanks, Kevin. Well, Mike Malone had some words for his team during the break. With them getting outshot from the perimeter, he told them, we have got to defend the three-point line. Those threes are destroying us. We'll see if they can tighten it up, Kevin.
Good work there as it goes. And for Paul, who is such a floor general, you would think that he would make an excellent coach one day. But, Brent, he's already said he has no interest in pursuing that.
I feel like, Kevin, for part of every season that Chris Paul has been paid in the NBA, some of the portion of that contract has been as a player coach.
On the attack, he has that ability, trying to close this one out.
Well, beating one guy is one thing, but beating 5, heck of a job there. He's got the talent to finish, too.
Here's Bogdanovich. And Oladipo pulls it down.
Well, it's like the defense has a bunch of matchbooks in their hands right now, playing with fire. They were fortunate that somehow he misfired on that one.
Now, here's Jokic. Defense right on him. Makes it off the glass. And the Nuggets lead by 1.
He's simply staying aggressive right now, and Jokic is ready to shoot at the biggest moments.
Pass to Giles. And there's the defensive 3-second call.
One shot, gentlemen.
And the technical free throw is good. Doubled by Murray. Center Snell, defended by George. Clock at 4. And it's sent back by Jokic.
Deceptive reach from Jokic there, swatting that shot away using those long arms.
Fourth quarter of play, and over 3.5 minutes have gone by. Murray with it. Jokic with the screen on Fox. Oh, yes, he did. 5 up and 5 down for him so far.
That screen made it impossible for the defense to put up any kind of fight.
Now a timeout called by Sacramento.
And he's probably looking at some matchups on the floor he'd like to take advantage of.
I'm interested in what he's seeing and then what kind of play they run coming out of this timeout.
And now let's present our Jordan Player of the Game, Nikola Jokic.
And as you'd expect, he's done most of his damage in that low block. I mean, that was the game plan, to get it to him in the paint and just let him go to work. And boy, has the big fella delivered. He has just killed them down low.
Stolen by George. He dishes it to Murray. Offline with his 3. Sacramento's gone 6 of 11 when they're taking the three-point shot tonight. Very respectable. And that's out of bounds. Sacramento will retain possession. We've got 1:48 left in the fourth quarter.
Man, some good defense from Oladipo to take that one away, eat up all that airspace. That's what he does.
Millsap dishes to George. They get it back. Oladipo for 3. That's in, coming off the assist from Jokic. And it's a 3-point Denver lead.
A confidence shown from Oladipo. He wants that shot in that moment.
Step back shot. And he gets that one to go off the front iron. 10 points for De'Aaron Fox.
And as much offense as we saw earlier, I mean, we're seeing even more of it here now late in the game.
What is this, February? It was like an all-star game is broken out. Neither side willing or able to stop the other.
Here's Jokic, and there's another one for the Nuggets.
Look, Jokic continues to get confidence. He is becoming that guy for this team.
Now, here's Fox. He's covered by Murray. They recover it. Here's Labissiere. Yes! And the foul. It's going to be on Jokic. Ball check in for Fox.
One shot.
He knocks down the clutch free throw.
Yeah, big play on the front end to finish, despite getting hacked there, and big on the back end to hit the free throw.
Jokic a screen. Here's Murray. Millsap a screen on Paul. 6 to shoot. Murray. The bucket is good. He'll have a chance for one more. It's going to go on Labissiere. Good Murray.
And what a luxury if Murray can play both guard positions. A perfect blend of shrewd passing and some fearless shooting.
Outside Bogdanovich. Paul, right side. It falls! And that shot brings them to within just one.
Oh, that is the play of the game.
Nothing more rewarding than hitting the big shot for your team.
That's right. No other option but to foul and hope for some misses.
First free throw is good, and that will put them up by 2. And so he drops them both. It's a 3-point game.
Huge free throws, bumps the lead up to 3, and now they simply have to guard against the 3 ball.
Now a timeout called by Sacramento. They're down by 3. We've got 22 seconds left here in the fourth quarter. A 3 off the inbound. Paul can't get that one to fall.
And you know what? You can't get a better screen. Frees him up beautifully, but he just fails to capitalize.
Oh, man, he'd love to have that one back. He just does everything right, but doesn't get the finish.
It's the first, and that gives them a 4-point cushion. So he gets them both, and it's a 5-point game.
And just like that, this game is a 2-possession affair.
Time working against them here.
Got to grab a quick score and a foul, and even then, it might be too late.
Yeah, bad shot there. Trust is lacking. You got to be willing to make the extra pass.
Yep, just too anxious to try and make something happen out there. This is about the team, not about you.
He drops the first one, and that increases their lead to 6.
I think what I appreciate about Jokic is the hard work that he continues to put in. Not only what he wants to do, but what his brothers want him to do, and that's not waste this opportunity to become the best player he can be.
Here's Bogdanovich. Again, the miss by the Kings. So the Nuggets win it. They seem to relish their role as the bad guy here tonight.
You know, Kevin, I sense that as well. I mean, they really did feed off all of that negative energy this crowd was directing at them. I mean, they turned it around and used it as motivation to close out a significant win.
And now let's catch up with David Aldridge, who's standing by from the sideline. All right, Dave.
Thanks very much, Paul. What was the area of emphasis coming into the game tonight?
I mean, we knew this is a team that you can't, take for granted. They play hard. So we had to, step it up, execute offensively, and, stop them from scoring.
Definitely the fundamentals, but those are the most important things. Thanks, Paul. Back to you, Kevin.
David, thank you as always. Well, folks, that's going to do it for now. For Brett Berry, Greg Anthony, and David Aldridge, this is Kevin Harlan along with our 2K Sports crew. We'll see you next time. Have a great evening.